Hey, Tim Sykes here. I hope you're having a good weekend. Just wanted to review a lot of the trends I see happening right now. I'm getting a lot of questions. Sorry, I can't answer them all while I'm in the middle of the trade. I'm going to post a link below this video if you want to join my challenge. That's where I do Q&A and live trading webinars every single week. I always try to get people to ask me questions there because then I can answer a little, more comprehensively and with charts rather than people asking me like, I just have one question. Just 2 minutes of your time. Multiply that by literally hundreds, if not thousands of people on the day, every day, depending on the day. So start to understand that I'm a little overloaded. That's why, when I tell people to ask me questions in my challenge chat or webinars, like I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to help you understand my own time predicaments. Money is not the most valuable asset in the world. Time is, and you must guard your time. Otherwise, people will try to steal it and they will try to take as much time as they want because they don't value your time like they should. But I do love teaching. I just want to teach in a constructive way. It does you no good if you ask me one question and I have like 3 seconds to answer, like yes or no. Trading is not an exact science, and you need to know the nuances. Before I get into reviewing TSNP, got to talk about, we have several holiday deals. I'll post the links to these. This is just the next few days only, but, we wanted to, just encourage you to invest in your studies, invest in your tools, invest in your education. It blows my mind how people try to cheap out education. They try to cheap out on brokers. They're like, why can't I do Robinhood and TSNP? Because Robinhood sucks. I use interactive brokers and E-Trade, and I think E-Trade is better for low price stocks. So I've been trading TSNP and E-Trade. And no, I haven't been shorting. I only go long. I don't short 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cent a share stocks. I've done like 3 shorts in the past like 6 months, and they've all been, $6, $7, $10 a share. So it's crazy. Oh, actually, I did short ADOM a little too soon the other day in the 80 cent area, but that's as low as I go. I don't short stocks under 25 cents, under 50 cents really, unless they're up from like 1/100th of a penny or something. It's just not worth the risk. But I got to explain all of this stuff because I keep getting asked the same questions, and promoters like to try to lie and they say Sykes is shorting it, Sykes and his crew, when in fact I bought TSNP, as one of my students pointed out, 10 times now. 10 times, all buys. Anyways, I'll post the links to these charts or these deals underneath this video, and this was me swimming, just trying to get rid of my crazy Thanksgiving meal calories. I've been in Texas. Very proud to donate $100,000 to the Houston Food Bank. They're a great charity. And we have some more upcoming donations too. I just have to find the time to post all these photos and videos. There's a lot going on. Before I get to my own trading, gotta congratulate some students. Matt Monaco, I love this chart because it just puts things in perspective. This is a guy, we've done the 30-day boot camp together. This is a guy who just graduated college, and this is his E-Trade account. 22,000% gains in year to date. And people look at this and they're like, that's insane, that's impossible. It is insane, but yes, it is possible in this market and with preparation. And as he talks about, this is his 3rd year trading. A lot of my top students who are finding success, they're in their 3rd, 4th, 5th year. It's not people like, oh, this is my 3rd day trading, I understand everything, or this is my 3rd week trading. You need to put in the time. Almost every single person watching this video is playing a game of catch up because this game has been played without you for years and decades. So you must catch up and understand the ins and the outs and find your own best patterns. And I'm very proud that, Matt Monaco made, I think like 48,000 the week before last. I don't know how he did this week. The holidays, everyone kind of gets behind a little bit. Jack Kellogg, I know, made 75,000 this past week. He's my newest millionaire student. Roy, another challenge student, made 50,000. in a week this past week, and now I think he's up 85,000 on the month. Um, just to inspire you. Again, none of this stuff comes easy. It's not like we're just giving money out, but the market is giving out good trade after good trade, and it's up to you to capitalize. Here's Quoke, another one of my challenge students, first $10,000 profit on TSNP. And he says it won't be his last. And he says, studying pays off really good when you're ready. And that's the truth. Quoke has been a dedicated student for a while now. Bryce, another one of my dedicated students, 14,000 in profits. I think he might still be in college, or he might have just graduated college, but that's pretty cool. And you can see his cumulative profit is now over 40,000. You need to maximize this opportunity when it's here. Okay, the market won't always be this hot. So whether you're trading a lot in banking, or even if you're trading and experimenting and maybe even losing, or if you're not trading and still learning, take advantage of what's happening now. Mark this time, burn it into your brain, into your memory, so that you don't forget it, because the market will not always be this hot. This is the time to really make gains in your brokerage account and your knowledge account. Remember, you have two accounts. It's not just how much money you make. But I am, proud to highlight, people who do make money. It's not just about knowledge. Steven Johnson, he's been a student for what, 5 years now, 4 or 5 years, and he just had his best week of 4,000 plus. And don't worry if your best week is 4,000 or 50,000 or 400. It's all a process, and we're at different times in our journey. But the key is moving in the right direction, which he has been. Brock, also 1,300, and he says, despite missing so many good setups and poor executions, you're making money and you're learning. And he said, yes, it's overwhelming. If you watch my last video lesson, I said, leave a comment underneath the video saying it's okay to be overwhelmed. It is. Okay, I'm missing plays too. It's okay. If you look at me on the week, 13,000, started off a little slow, but came back towards the end, like gains of like 4,000 and 6,000 on the week, and now, or on the day later in the week, and now nearly 50,000 on the month. So this is pretty good. And yes, I'm closing in on 1 million overall. Some people are like, wow, Tim, like you got to go to 1 million today. No, I just take it one trade at a time. I'm not a newbie. I don't care about these little simplistic milestones. I understand that milestones are fun to celebrate, and people want to justify all the time they're spending on studying and trading and everything with their milestones. But in the long run, it just doesn't matter. A lot of people are trying to prove to themselves, or maybe even others, their friends or their family, that it's worth it. I get it. So celebrate the milestones. I don't have to convince me. I don't have to convince myself or my friends or my family. They know that this is real. They've seen what it's done to my life over the past 20 plus years. So yes, it'll be a cool day if and when I bank $1 million in profits. I'm at like 980 right now. But I'm just focused on taking it trade by trade, day by day, month by month, and then just seeing where it all adds up. Whether it's over 1 million, whether it's under 1 million, it's still a record year for me. My previous best year was 2014. I think I made like 820, 830,000, something around there. But again, it's little trades adding up. Here's Mr. P making 990 on ALPP. And he says, more than that, it's one of his best executed trades. And that feels way better. And I agree. This same kind of trade, ALPP, I totally underestimated it. I was dip buying it the other day, didn't give it enough time. Now it's making new highs. Look at Mr. P's profits, starting from zero. This is, you can't see this tweet, but this is in July where he was at zero. And now he's over 20,000. So it's laughable to me when people say like, there's not a lot of money in penny stocks, or like it's not worth it. If you have the right sector and if you have the right patterns, of course it's worth it. But if you're unprepared, you just don't know how much opportunity there is. And I'm very confident as Mr. P keeps learning. Preparation meets opportunity. Love the process. He has the right mindset. He'll be over 100,000 soon too. But you got to stay humble. You can't just expect it all to happen overnight. Here's CJ. I love this. First 5-figure month with 2 5-figure weeks in a row. And he's been studying hard. Here is 26-2 singles. I mean, This is not a single, by the way. Making 50% is not a single. It's just funny that people are so spoiled. They think 50% is a single. No, 5% is a single. 10% is a single. 50% is a home run. And you might not have expected it. I'll go over TSNP in a second, but it is. So celebrate it, but also have the proper perspective. Mark Crook, like literally amazing job with Evolve Trader. One of the sales that I'll link underneath this video is for Evolve Trader. Learn it, utilize it, love it. Mark Crook is one of my millionaire students, and he's applied my patterns and teachings to the options market. And it's dangerous, but pretty cool that he's doing so well. Roger, 3,500 on the week. A hard move up 3,500 in 2 weeks, and then Gerlich 23% gain on ALPP. I can go on and on. Let me get to these trades. Let me first start talking about ALPP because this one is breaking out. Had a nice little stutter step, first red day. Some people were like, oh, let's short the first red day. Again, I'm not shorting 5, 10, 20 cent stocks. I probably shouldn't have even shorted ADOM, so I could say I'm not shorting stocks under $1 a share, but I thought ADOM got ahead of itself in the 80-cent area, and I was right. It did drop to 50 cents the next day, but I was a little too soon. I was traveling. That was tough for me to partake in. But I will short a stock if it's up too much. I just really don't like low price stocks. And I saw a lot of people saying like, Tim, short ALPP. And, Friday's big breakout just shows you, no, you really shouldn't short these plays. This stock can keep going. Who knows how high it goes? I'm not necessarily going to chase it, but just don't think that, any of these stocks, no matter their fundamentals, no matter the news, no matter your assumptions, these stocks can keep going. Which brings me to TSNP. I didn't expect this massive breakout. I was long a few times, as one of my students pointed out, 10 times now. And I had it, right near the market open on Friday. First, CHGI was the first green day, and it just was not showing any signs of retesting the highs here in the 15. So I sold it right at the open. That was a very easy play for me. And it did what a lot of these failed one-day spikers do. They fail, and you just have to protect yourself. Either you get out with a small gain or a small loss. Sometimes you don't even have to hold overnight. In the past few weeks, there's been a trend where first green day OTCs have been best to sell right into the close. So you have that option. But as I was selling CHGI, in the actual alert, let me just show you this. Just so you understand, where my head's at, I'm always looking for solid plays. I was selling CHGI, and I specifically said, now watching TSNP, which is also strong. This was right near the market open, okay? This was my overnight winner. I got a gap up, but then I was watching TSNP near the market open, and I went right into TSNP, straight from CHGI, and had a massive win. Again, that's me keeping my head up, being aware, okay, this play didn't work, being ready, being adaptable to get into a different position. And I nailed this one. This was a solid gain for me. This was, nearly 30%. And I said, what a rocket ship. I wish I had a bigger position. But I took the gain, and then it just kept going, right? Like, this was an amazing run up from the 5s to the 7s, because we've seen this stock fail in the past. So I don't regret selling too soon. But then what did I do? I got back in. Also, SUTI is a sympathy play. They also have their little wannabe currency, which is very similar to TSNP. So I was buying this one, but this one didn't, I was buying it. It was already up like in the high ones. It had already touched 2.2. I was buying on this dip. Didn't get a huge dip off the highs, but at least buying on a dip, helped my risk reward. And then it really wasn't doing much midday, so I sold it for a small gain. As it turned out, the thing, what is that? I bought it at 1.8, got up to 3.1. So that's like a 75% return. But I'm not really good at these afternoon breakouts. This was from noon until, well, really just like the market closed at 1 p.m. So you kind of have to treat Friday, the early close at 1 p.m. kind of like power hour. So it kind of just screws everything up. I don't really regret missing out on SUTI. It's a sub penny play, a hardcore sub penny play. TSNP though, what I wanted to talk to, aside from all of this, I just want you to have the right mindset. That's why I have to give you background on the students and me and the lies and the promoters. Why did I get in again? Well, I missed out on this dip. I actually thought about buying this dip here from 11 down to 9. But if you go back through my chat archives, I said I wanted more. I would have loaded up if this had gotten down to the 8s or the 7s. But a 2 cent a share dip off the highs wasn't enough. And then, yeah, what did it do? It showed me that it could make new highs. So when a dip is less than I wanted, but then, that shows me that the stock is strong. And then it is stronger than I thought it would be. Now you have 2 instances right in here of where the stock was stronger than my expectations. On top of the fact that it was stronger than I thought it would be at the market open, and it was stronger here too. So we have 4 instances where this stock is stronger than my expectations. So people ask me, like, why am I dip buying it into the close? After all, the stock is up so much. People are like, you're breaking your rules, you're chasing. No, I'm recognizing the opportunity. This is not an exact science. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but again, a lot of newbies don't see the whole story. They don't see as much as I see, frankly. And it's not that I'm a perfect trader. It's just that I've been around longer. I'm more experienced. So even though, yes, technically this stock is up a lot, but in 1/2 of one trading day, it surpassed my expectations 4 times. That means I'm going to be a little more aggressive. I'm learning from the price action. Leave a comment underneath this video and say, I'm learning, okay? If you understand what I'm talking about, because the market is trying to teach you. The market is trying to give you money with good opportunities like this, and it's trying to teach you, okay? And by the way, it never dropped to 6 cents after hours. This is just a late print. It just confuses newbies and fills my inbox with those newbie assumptions. Almost every single assumption that a newbie has is wrong. I could literally spend my whole day just going through different chat rooms and different social media networks and just critiquing every single newbie, because almost every single thing a newbie thinks is wrong. And again, not that I'm always right, not that I'm perfect, not that I'm masterful. I'm just experienced, okay? And the experience is my gift and my curse. It's my curse because I can't ignore solid opportunities. It's my gift because I can pass down what I've learned over the years to you guys. So if you just look at this as an exact science, the stock is up from 2 cents to 11 cents. Yes, it's overextended. But the ridiculous amount of buying at the open, the ridiculous amount of buying even when it's consolidating, the ridiculous amount of buying on this little attempted dip, the ridiculous amount of buying on this breakout, 4 instances where there is a lot of buying. That leads me to believe, again, anything can happen, so I'm not saying go all in, but I was trading with slightly larger size. I had a $40,000 position roughly, and a few people are like, what are you doing, Tim? You're breaking your rules. I don't think you guys realize I'm a multimillionaire. I might trade with small size usually, but I'm trading like a poor person. I'm trading like someone with very little money because I'm trying to put myself in most of my students' shoes. But when we have 4 instances, and this is what I wanted to say in real time, but I'm trying to trade, so I don't have time to say it in real time. But when you have 4 instances where the stock is breaking above my own expectations for it, then that tells me I can and should go bigger. And I actually minimized into the close. I probably shouldn't have. That was just me being safe because I was like, the stock is up a lot and there are promoters involved in it. Who knows? But based on the price action alone, I should be long big time, because based on the price action alone, it's going to retest 12 and break out to the 13s, 14s, 15s, maybe even hit 20. I don't know how high it goes. It gapped up like 20% too. It didn't just morning spike. It closed here at 4 and it gapped up to 5. The promo, the strength is strong with this one. So that's why I'm currently long this stock. That's why I bought it now 10 times in a row. And that's trading. Again, learn from every play, whether you're long, whether you're not long. Learn from these breakouts, respect them. ALPP keeps going too. This one finished at its highs. I probably should be long that too. I'm just overwhelmed, really. If you notice, with all these students, I mean, these are just a few. I just picked out, literally, these are tweets I got in the last like 12, 24 hours. If I went back through tweets over the last 36 to 48 hours, I mean, I would have quadruple. It's awesome to see how many of you are getting it. And your gains really can add up. So I'll see you in chat on Monday. Again, I'll post some links to the challenge if you want to be a dedicated student. And I'll also post these links to some holiday deals. Take advantage of it. I hope you have a good Thanksgiving.